Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, one of the classic North American road racing circuits, a serpentine ribbon of pavement winding through the hills of Northern California's Monterey Peninsula. Laguna is the site of one of the most unique and famous corners in motorsports, the corkscrew. Approach from a long, fast uphill run, the corkscrew is blind, plunging left-hander that is more akin to a ski slope than a piece of racetrack. Originally built by the Army Corps of Engineers on a corner of what was then Fort Ord, Laguna Seca opened in 1957, and its half-century operation has host to every significant North American road racing series from legendary Can-Am to Trans Am, Camel GT, and Indy cars. Today, a part of Monterey County Park System, WeatherTech Raceway is at Laguna Seca, hosts the Open Wheel, IMSA, Rolex Monterey Historics, and is the West Coast home of the Skip Barber Racing School. In addition, the track hosts two of America's most important motorcycle races, the Red Bull US Grand Prix, a round of the MotoGP World Championship, and the Corona AMA Superbike Finale, the final round in America's premier motorcycle road racing series. Today, we bring you the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series on their first and only road course event, and it's next on HBR TV. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here this afternoon from WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. The LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series practice underway here. A few minutes left in the session. Cody Harger, Mark Thomas, Robbie Milburn, Shane Wagner, Josh Battles, your top five in the session. So far, the 66, the only car to crack the 129 mark. Again, only a couple of minutes left in the practice session. Let's go ahead and thank the sponsors. Of course, it is the LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. Big thanks to Litchfield Specialty. And to TRS, theracingschool.net. Give them a check here this spring. Take a look at the website, theracingschool.net. If you want to sit behind the wheel and turn some laps in a full-bodied stock car or even a tour-type modified, these are your guys, theracingschool.net. Sudarth Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudath at 636-544-7836. Special thanks to D. Dixon & Sons Trucking Incorporated, associate sponsor of the LSI ARCA Series. And we can't forget Tabitha Brown with My Cricket Makes, custom-made signs, and a lot more. Contact Tabitha Brown, 618-340-0900. Once again, road racing in store for everyone here tonight for the LSI ARCA Series. Not something these guys are akin to doing. They do throw at least one road course on the schedule here on occasion, so that's certainly perks up my ears. I'm an oval guy, but I perform a little better on the road courses, so these are fun to watch, fun to call for me. 25 laps around Laguna Seca here this afternoon. Fuel certainly will not be an issue. Maybe tires. I'll have to double check. There may be a halfway break. I know they did do that with the modified race at Lime Rock recently. Kind of a competition caution, get some of these guys caught up because there are varying skill levels across the board here with the road racing backgrounds of some and non-existent for others. You've got drivers out here that their background is strictly dirt. So this oval thing in general is something new to them as far as pavement oval is concerned. But you throw a road course in the mix and things get a little interesting. We have a pretty good field so far. Got 19 cars registered for the session. Gonna make the Andretti hairpin the point of interest going into lap number one. Clock strikes 0 on the practice session. rolling into qualifying here in just a moment. Wait, see who rolls out onto the surface first. Put their lap time in. Like Robbie Milburn first in the pit lane. Engines fired on that Chevrolet. Nobody's rolling just yet. And there he is. Grabs a gear and off and running. We're going to run this one here from the in-car perspective. And a warm-up lap. They've already gone through turn one during pit exit. This big hairpin here to the right side, that's going to be the Andretti hairpin turn 2. Which will take you into the right-hander turn number 3. Down this little short chute into turn number 4. They're wide open, a little bit of a kink. This is not named, but this will take you left-hander turn number 5. Robbie in the dirt a little bit. It's okay. It's just the outlap. Tires are not up to temperature just yet. Now we've got a real quick blind left here. It shows up at the last second, and then we run up the hill. So we into the corkscrew, but you've got a quick little turn 7. And then the corkscrew itself. This is the 7 and 8 combination. We have turn 9, which is listed as rainy curve. Then we have another right-hander turn 10. And then it'll take you all the way down into the last corner of the lap, and that is turn 11. Hard brake, hard left, flat, no banking, and then hard to the gas, back to the finish line. This will be to start lap number 1 for Robbie Milburn. Typical lap is about the 1 minute 30-second range. Some guys might crack a 29. Practice, it looked like Cody Harger, Mark Thomas. I think even Robbie Milburn was up in that top 3. Locks up the left front into the corkscrew. That'll happen quite a bit. Gets through it pretty clean, though. A little wide through the left-hander. Oh, little wiggle. Tank slaps a bit. Keeps it straightened out. Now we're into the right-hand turn number 10. And back down into 11. Robbie Milburn crosses the line for lap number 1. 32:17, not too shabby for the first lap. Jamie Kerr is second quick so far. Number 75, first lap was a 1:36.504. Joe Marks jumps to the second spot as well, moving Kerr down to third. And some of these guys, varying road course backgrounds. Some of them don't run them at all. That's totally okay. That's just kind of how it goes with an oval series of running oval type race cars. You're trying to set them up to do things they're just not made to do. It's certainly a challenge. Take a look at Mark Thomas. Mark Thomas on his lap. Look to see him near the front of the pack, if not on the pole here tonight. Cody Harger goes top of the board, 1:30.61 for his first lap. Mark Thomas takes the green for his first lap. Shane Wagner jumps up to the 4th spot. Good first lap for Shane, a minute 33.64. Track looks pretty dirty so far. A lot of dust on the racing surface. That does slicken things up a little bit. Mark Thomas still looking pretty strong out there. Now he's into the right-hand turn 10. Short shoot down to 11. Let's see what first lap of his session is going to reveal. Right now it's Harger Milburn. Milburn picked up the pace on his second lap. Probably was a 31.96, a big improvement. Lap number 1 for the 50 of Mark Thomas is complete. Where does he land? Pole position, minute 29.943 for the 50 of Mark Thomas. That's going to put him on top. Don't know if there's really anybody else out there that can challenge for that. He's going to go one and done. Shane Wagner finishes up his lap a 1:33.641 for the number 26. Josh Battle's up in the top 3. Second lap, first lap was discounted. A 31.47 for the number 11. Good run, good lap for the KISS entry. Jason Satterfield ran a 36.84. Ben Choate. It's his second lap of the session. I don't know if he count. Oh, and he's into the corkscrew sideways. Gonna about do what it looks like. We had 10 cars to officially get a time. Officially just over 2 minutes left in the qualifying session. That's somewhat atypical to what we usually experience when we're running these little short tracks or even a mile and a half. We've got plenty of time to wait for things. Looks like Aaron Conover may make an attempt here. Conover is on the pit lane. Engine's running. Let's see if he rolls out and starts a lap. Oh, changed his mind. Just kidding. Well, once again, we do have a minute and a half, so let's thank the sponsors. Thank you again to LSI Litchfield Specialty, primary sponsor of the LSI ARCA series. Special thanks to TRS, theracing-school.net. If you want to get behind the wheel, turn some laps in a full-body stock car or a tour-type modified, check out theracing-school.net. For any package that may work best for you, they've got multiple options. So if you want to get out there, even on a budget, you can make it happen to the Thompson Speedway, theracing-school.net. And to Sudarth Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudath at 636-544-7836. And associate sponsor D. Dixon & Sons Trucking Incorporated. And to My Cricket Makes, custom-made signs and a lot more. Contact Tabitha Brown at 618-340-0900. Clock ticking down, less than 30 seconds until we call qualifying official. Can get things underway here momentarily. Challenging racetrack, of course, being a road course in itself, that is the first challenge, but getting around this place and being quick is the second challenge. It's a lot of commitment, a lot of blind corners. You got to kind of learn the track, learn to where you got to go. See how these guys manage that this afternoon. But it is official. Qualifying is in the books. Let's go to our starting grid for Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series from WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. On the pole, it is the 50 of Mark Thomas. To his outside, the 66 with Charger Racing of Cody Harger. Starting in row number 2, it is the 11 of Josh Battles with Robbie Milburn starting 4th. Row number 3, it's Mike LaJoy, the number 29 out of New England, and Joe Marks in the 4. Row number 4, it's Shane Wagner out of Michigan, the number 26 machine with Jamie Kerr, Black Acid Customs, Custom Racing Apparel, and HBR TV in the number 75. Starting 9th, it is Jason Satterfield. 10th, Ronaldo McKinnon. Kevin Newborn will roll off from the 11th position at number 51. Dale Legan will start 12th in the 05 machine with Bill Voracek, the number 9, starting 13th. Brennan Forsyth, I'm messing this up again. I know we won a race earlier in a truck and I messed it up then, but he's starting 14th, the number 28 out of Canada. Starting 15th, it is the 2 of Brian Torsha with OG Racing. Starting 16th, Aaron Conover in the 20. Ben Choate in the number 1 will start from the 17th position with Tommy Melnick, the 00, starting 18th. Mike Taschereau out of New England will start 19th with modified ace Doug Wolcott starting 20th. That is your starting grid here in the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series from Laguna Seca. Formation lap about to get underway. Pace car should be leaving the front stretch here momentarily and get this field rolling. We can get a green flag here and get the first of, oh, really, all 25 laps in. 25 lap race. Again, everybody should be more than good to the fuel situation. I think a full tank is a 44 lap run on these cars. They may choose to get fuel if they get tires or have that opportunity. They may not. We've talked about that a bunch, that adding fuel or not adding fuel could be the difference in just the weight distribution across the race car, how the rear end weighs down or not. So that's the only real option these guys have with a fixed setup type race. I think if we do get that halfway break, I think around lap 12, I'm not 100% on that, but shall see. Actually, looks like Tommy Melnick and Doug Wolcott not taking the green here. They are registered. Maybe here in an admin or just a spectator capacity. Field into the left-hand turn number 6 to the Ray Hall straightaway. And a little bit of dirt and dust in that low lane off 6. These guys are going to need to pay attention to that once we go green. Cody Harger missing the corkscrew already. We're not even under green yet. Pace car is off, waiting on the green flag.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. We're underway, and we've got trouble off turn 11 already before they even make it to the start-finish line. Down into the Andretti hairpin. Cody Harger to the outside, takes the top spot. Mark Thomas slips to second. Robbie Milburn hanging in third with Josh Battles trying to take over that spot. Milburn in the 99 holds off the 11 of Battles for the position. Harger, Thomas, Milburn, Battles, and Marks the top 5. Field working through turn 4. Oh, Mark Thomas loses at the bottom of the corkscrew. Mild contact to that inside concrete wall. Trying to get it into gear to move it out of the way and get back in the running. Field flying by. Thomas down to the 12th spot. Kevin Newborn closing in. Mark Thomas trouble on lap 1. Jamie Kerr running in the 7th spot. Jamie with a new paint scheme this weekend. The number 75 Holler Boys Racing TV ARCA Series entry. Black Acid custom racing apparel as well on that machine. Jamie may be a early retiree here this evening. He's got other commitments, but unfortunately, he's actually having a pretty good run so far in the 7th position. Go back and take a look at the Mark Thomas incident, see what happened with the 50. This is into the corkscrew on exit. Car gets real light there, like it's falling off a roller coaster's first hill. Rear end gets loose, comes around, and 50 noses it into the concrete block. Not hard impact. That car is certainly fine. Mark's going to be fun to watch go through the field. And in fact, he's already up to the 9th spot. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. I don't know if you guys can still hear me or not, but my overlay has locked on the replay screen. Try and get that remedied here. All right, looks like we've got the stream back up. Let's see if I can get the overlays running once again. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. Once in a blue moon, that thing locks up on me in the middle of a replay. Hopefully we can move forward without that continuing. And there we have it. Sorry about that, guys. We got it remedied. We're back up and running. 23 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. Cody Harger is your leader out front by a wide margin, 2 full seconds back to Robbie Milburn. Josh Battles 3rd, Joe Marks 4th, Mike LaJoy 5th. But we talked about Mark Thomas and his incident in the corkscrew. Car got a little light on lap 1, spun it around, light contact to the wall. Gathers the car back up. He was rejoining the track in the 12th position. He's already fought his way back up to position number 7. Looking strong. The number 50 making another pass. He's up to the 6th spot. 22 laps to go. I think Mark Thomas does still have time to get back into that top three, especially I think if we do get a halfway break. Haven't confirmed that yet, but that would certainly change things for everybody here at Laguna Seca, including Mark Thomas. Would love to get a mulligan out of that one. Right on board with the 50 of Mark Thomas. Clear sailing out in front. He's got a ways to catch Mike LaJoy. Top 5 machine of Mike LaJoy, 11 seconds ahead. And we can confirm we have a halfway break. I think that's from Tommy Melnick. Give me that one. Thank you, Tommy. Meanwhile, it looks like Ben Choate has had an incident on track. Number 1 machine started out poor in qualifying, lost it in the corkscrew, gets to the throttle here a little bit too early. Nothing serious, a little loop-de-loop. No contact made for the 1, it appears. Going to rejoin the race and continue on. The 4 is around as well. Joe Mark's in trouble from the 6th spot. That's going to move Mark Thomas up into the top 5. See what happened with Joe Marks. Joe a little wide on exit. It's in the sand. Tries to correct it, but spins off. Nothing major, but certainly costing some significant track position for the 4. And Cody Harger entered the pit lane, and I don't really know why. This is the replay. He pulls off intentionally. This is very interesting. Not sure what's going on with the 66, but from the top spot, Cody Harger leaves the racing surface into the pit lane. Interesting set of circumstances here for the 66 of Cody Harger. This is a replay. Hold it down into the pits. Stop for fuel. Maybe we're short on fuel. I'll have to double check that as well. I didn't take a look at the actual fuel allotment for tonight. Let's see. No, 100% fuel. He should be able to make it to the end. Plus, with the halfway caution coming, I don't know what he's thinking. Oh, black flag. Okay. I got my own in-race reporter. Tommy Melnick with the deets. Tommy, do we know what the infraction was? At this point, Robbie Milburn has taken over the top spot with 19 to go. Milburn and Battles here are going to have a battle here momentarily, I think, as Josh is a little bit quicker than Robbie, at least that last time. Unofficially, and then this is unofficial, the black flag for the 66 may have been passing the pole sitter coming to green. I'll have to double check that, and in fact we may have an opportunity to look at it. Actually, you know what, I don't think I can, because the graphics crashed at lap 3, so unfortunately I do not have the restart at the ready. I can look it up later as iRacing will store it for me on that. But my guess is, based on unofficial information, the 66 may have jumped the initial start, beat the pole sitter to the line. That is a big no-no, hence for the black flag. Robbie Milburn continues to lead. He's up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. Again, he's not locked into it. His best lap so far, a 31.68. That is certainly respectable around Laguna Seca. But he's got Josh Battles closing in. Josh's last lap was a 31.94, albeit with a bit of an asterisk because he did have an off track. But either way, that only matters in qualifying. While all this goes on, the 50 of Mark Thomas runs in the 4th spot. Joe Marks in the 6th position, losing that spot now to the 66, Cody Harger. Cody's moved his way back up into the top 5 after that black flag. Joe Marks, a pretty decent recovery after having a bit of an incident himself, very minor at that, but still running strong in the 6th position. Back out front, though, Robbie Milburn putting a bit of a gap on the 11 of Josh Battles. We thought that was going to heat up and they were going to have themselves a battle, but not to be at this point. The 11 is getting smaller and smaller in the rear view of the 99. Milburn going back up the hill once again. Looks like the 52 might be stopped in the corkscrew. The 52 had a moment. Aldo McKinnon. Let's see if we can take a look at the replay on that one. Oh wait, this is going into 1. This is down into the, actually after turn 1, into the Andretti hairpin. Gets the car a little sideways. That's a tough spot too, because the racetrack falls off a bit as you go down the hill. And if you're wide open throttle, you can lose the rear end relatively easy. See if this is it here. Yeah, this is up the hill into the corkscrew. A little bit of wheel hop, locks him up, and into the fence he goes, into the gravel trap as well. That's the issue with the 52. Milburn still leads. While we have an opportunity, let's go through the field. Of course, this is the number 99, Robbie Milburn out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, leading the race, up 3 spots since the initial start. Running some pretty good lap times here, especially about 10 laps into the event. Josh Battles runs in the 2nd spot. Josh out of Alabama, that number 11 Coors Light entry, looking strong, trying to get by the lapped car, or at least troubled car, the 52 of Ronaldo McKinnon. Mark Thomas, after a first lap incident in the corkscrew, gets that car sideways and into the wall. Very minor damage, if any. I can't really see anything to the right front. He has worked his way back to the top 3. Mark Thomas looking strong still, hopeful for a win here this afternoon. Mike LaJoie, the number 29, he runs in the 4th spot, having a good run for himself as well, up into the top 5. Up a spot, started 5th, running 4th. Cody Harger started on the front row, the outside pole, may have jumped the start. Again, unofficial, cannot confirm this as I am unable to go back to the replay right now. I will check on it later to confirm, but Cody Harger has worked himself back to the top 5 after that penalty. Joe Marks had a little off-track adventure himself in that number 4 Southern Comfort machine. It's a cool looking paint job, I gotta say. He runs in the 6th position. Aaron Conover in the number 20 machine. He's up 12 spots, running in the 7th position. Running in the 8th spot, the number 28, Brennan Forsyth out of Canada. He's in the 8th spot, started 16th. So far, a good afternoon here at Laguna Seca for Brennan. Shane Wagner showed some speed in practice, a little bit of damage to that number 26 machine, but going to keep on trucking here, probably get that repaired under our competition caution, which is just a few laps away. Shane running still top 10 in the 9th spot. Brian Torsch out of Hudson, New York. He runs in the 10th position in that number 2 D. Dixon & Sons trucking entry. He's up 7 spots, started 17th here this afternoon, so also a good run for the 2 of Brian Torsch. Jason Satterfield runs 11th out of Jasper, Georgia, the number 39. That's a nice Penske Truck Rentals paint scheme we got on that machine, looking sharp. Jason started in the 9th spot, currently running 11th. Bill Voracek, the number 9 machine with TRS, the racingschool.net on that machine, as well as Red Apple Racing, I think. Bad Apple Racing, I can't tell from the back bumper, but Voracek running well here, up a couple of spots, started 14th, runs 12th. Kevin Newborn in the number 51. He runs in the 13th position, down a couple from where he started. And Ben Choate hasn't had a great afternoon. He's been sideways a couple of times, but he's still improving. He started last, I believe, and is running in the 14th spot. So working his way up ever so slightly. Dale Legan in the 05, the Miller American colors, running in the 15th spot, down a few, but so far so good. And then we have Ronaldo McKinnon running that number 52 out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Had another off-track adventure into the corkscrew as well. Same lap, he was able to, well, not able to, unfortunately. He's off track once again. Had a problem going into the Andretti hairpin laps ago as well. A tough afternoon for Ronaldo McKinnon. That is everybody still on track at this point in the race with 14 laps to go from Laguna Seca. Robbie Milburn continues to lead. Just looking through the Facebook chat here, Don Harger, a concern about how long it took to make the call on the black flag on the 66. They do not run a live admin, so sometimes it is difficult to confirm the call. They certainly don't want to give the guy a black flag if they aren't sure, so that would likely explain the delay. Also have many times where a driver will get the black flag relatively soon, but will not heed the black flag until forced to. That is kind of the way things go, not even just in sim racing, but even in real life. You get that black flag and you sit there and protest the heck out of it until they either change their mind or stop scoring you. That very well could have been the case with the 66. It's like Josh Battles is starting to close the gap in on Robbie Milburn. Robbie either tire falling off a little bit on that machine or just taking it easy, as you see the one of Ben Choate up ahead, having an off track as well once again. A little nervous for the leaders, I'm sure, as it looked like Ben was going to come across in front of him for a moment, but kept it straight. Caution is out, though. This is likely to be our midway break. Competition caution on the speedway from Laguna Seca. Getting some more details from an insider who is somehow running this race, and oh, he's actually not in the race, he's just watching. The black flag for the 66 actually came from iRacing directly. This was not an admin black flag, so something in the system, in the service, caught something they didn't like with the 66. That would be beating the leader to the start finish line, would be my guess. That's kind of a passing under the yellow flag issue. But there we go. Midway caution is out. I think that puts the 66 issue to bed. We can stop talking about it. Robbie Milburn running a good race after all that went down has kept that number 99 on track and in the lead. Caution is out. Josh Battles is second. Mark Thomas has worked his way back up into the 3rd position. Cody Harger 4th. Mike LaJoy 5th. I'm curious to see if any of these guys peel off 4 tires. They can certainly make it to the end without doing so, but can they maintain the pace that they were keeping at the caution flag coming out? I doubt it. It's going to be a handful to drive. You got to make adjustments to your brake bias to keep up with the tires wearing out. I kind of expect everyone to come down pit lane here, but we're going to have to see in just a moment or two. Brian Rupert, one of the league owners, chiming in here in the Facebook stream. Those of you not watching the Facebook side of it, I'll read it to you guys. Black flags are iRacing enforced in this league. If the flag is not warranted, it is waived. Not certain on this issue, did not see it. But given that Cody did come down pit road, if it is a iRacing flag, maybe he knew he was guilty. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Maybe we'll get a chance to find out later. Maybe not. But either way. So now can we put that to bed, please? Brian, thanks for chiming in, man. Really appreciate it. Melnick, now the real race begins. Certainly does. Let's see here. Milburn to the pit lane. Yeah, everyone's going to follow here. This seems like the good play to make, unless you're just some kind of phenom on a road course. I think tires is the answer. But I guess the question is 2 or 4. Somebody gamble and take right sides. Most of these corners, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty even, actually. 6 of them are lefts, 5 of them are rights. Everybody's going with 4. It looks like Milburn down and away, Mark Thomas down and away. Josh Battle's a good stop. He gets out ahead of the 50 and the 66, and these guys drive through each other to exit the pit lane. The exception of Aaron Conover, who stayed out, the top 5 remained the same. Conover moves into the number 1 position here ahead of the field. Did not take tires. I'm not sure if this is the play for the 20 or not. Maybe he's just trying to lead a lap. But either way, I mean, he's up 19 spots. Can't say it's a bad idea. Again, when we go back to green, we may be at 9 laps to go when we finally get the green. While we are under the yellow flag, let's take another moment to thank the sponsors of the LSI ARCA series. Of course, LSI Litchfield Specialty, title sponsor of the LSI ARCA series. A special thanks to TRSTheRacingSchool.net. If you want to get behind the wheel of a full-bodied stock car or even a tour type modified at Thompson Speedway, check them out, TheRacingSchool.net. There's a package for you. Even if you're on a budget, you can find something that works best. Go see them here, TheRacingSchool.net. Spring is coming. And to Sudath Taxidermy, competition quality at a commercial price. Contact award-winning taxidermist James Sudath at 636-544-7836. And associate sponsor D. Dixon and Sons Trucking Incorporated. And My Cricket Makes, custom-made signs and a lot more. Check them out on Facebook or touch base 618-340-0900 for Tabitha Brown. The lights are out atop the Porsche race car, Porsche pace car. No, they called off the restart, so we're going to go another time around here. Lights are back on. Aaron Conover did hit the pit lane that last time by to get pit service done. Not sure if he's having an issue. That might be the result of this extended yellow. Down, over, down, and away. Possibly trying to get the order firmed up, make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. I must have missed something with the 11 of Josh Battles. I thought he got out of the pits pretty clean there, and he was up in that top 5, but the 11 sits in the 7th position as they run. Field working through turn 10 into turn 11. Don Harger, this ought to be a hell of a finish. It's certainly shaping up to be. Robbie Milburn is certainly no slouch at the front of the field. He got there because he earned it, but you've got the road racing ace, so to speak, Mark Thomas in the 2nd spot. Cody Harger has shown some speed on the road courses. He's 3rd. Joe Marks, he just won't go away. He's in the 4th spot. And then we've got, I think it's Mike LaJoy going to be restarting in the 5th position, or is that Brennan Forsyth? They can't decide. Either way, lights are off atop the Porsche pace car. We're going to get the green with 8 laps to go. Love me. Series makes a lap around here at speed in about 1.5 minutes, so it takes a while to work our way around the speedway under caution. Agonizing. You're like a golden retriever wanting you to throw the ball. Just throw the ball. Throw the green. Pace car is down. Field working into 11. Milburn can fire as soon as he's off the corner.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. He waits on the starter to restart the race. Robbie Milburn back out in front. Mark Thomas taking a look to the outside. Don't know if he can outbreak him into one, but Cody Harger taking a move to the inside of Mark Thomas. Oh, Joe Marks deep into the Andretti hairpin, and around goes Cody Harger as well. Looks like Cody may have just lost it into the hairpin. Back up front, Robbie Milburn. Now he's going to have to deal with the 50 of Mark Thomas. Cody Harger's out of the picture, but there's still one more road racing specialist to catch the 99 and go on by. Take a quick look and see what happened with the 66 into the Andretti hairpin. Breaks it in awful deep. Just starts to lose it. There may have been a little bit of contact between the 66 and the 50, but marginal, if anything. It almost looked like Cody was starting to come around anyway. Tough break for the 66 of Cody Harger. Back out front, though, Robbie Milburn starting to put some distance on the 50 of Mark Thomas. 0.7 of a second here with 8 laps to go. Milburn hanging out that right rear off of turn 1 there. That little kink is considered turn 1. This is actually turn 2, the Andretti hairpin. Mark did gain about 2.5 tenths of a second on the entry to the hairpin. Oh, Milburn real loose off the corner, gathers it up, saves the car. But Mark Thomas even closer. Milburn dirt tracking that Impala around the corners right now, and Mark Thomas looked like he was loose off the corner, but maybe just taking a move to the inside. Now the outside as they work into the left hand. Turn number 5. Mark Thomas has the position. He's going to drive off up the hill into the left hand turn number 6. New leader Mark Thomas taking over the top spot after a lap 1 issue into the corkscrew. Let's see how he negotiates it this time now that he's back in the lead. Agonizingly slow through the corkscrew. That's how everybody's got to do it. Mark Thomas does it well. Gets through there without a struggle. Through turn 9, rainy curve. Then the right hand turn number 10. Little early apex for the 50. No problem though. He's starting to put some distance on the 99, but minimal right now. If you're Mark Thomas, you just got to be smooth from here on out. The 99 is going to have to catch you and set you up for a pass if he's going to get back to the top spot. Man, Mark Thomas is really hanging that 50 out as well into turn 1. Down into the Andretti hairpin once again. It's a just a tick over half a second advantage for the 50 of Mark Thomas over Robbie Milburn. Mike LaJoie has moved up into the 3rd spot. Josh Battles has rebounded as well. He's in position number 4. Cody Harder sits 5th. Don Harger, Ray Charles can see that contact. Donna, you're more than welcome to come join me up here in the booth. Mark Thomas really starting to drive away now. 1.5 seconds as they exit the corkscrew, coming to 5 laps to go. Top 3 drivers really starting to pull away from everybody else in the field. Mike LaJoie, here comes Josh Battles in the 4th spot. Cody Harger just off turn 11 right now. Field very spread out since the restart. I think the incident into the hairpin kind of got everybody spread out. Mike LaJoie running in the 3rd spot. Josh Battles might be closing in on the 29. Riding on board with the 11 of Josh Battles, trying to hunt the 29 of Mike LaJoie. Battles last lap about 0.3 of a second quicker than the 29. Don't know if that's going to be enough to catch him and pass with just 4 laps to go. Little lock up for the 29 of LaJoie into the hairpin. Shane Wagner running in the 6th position. Another big mover, Brian Torsha. He's up 10 spots since the initial start. Running in the 7th spot. He's got Aaron Conover just in behind, but I think Conover's a lap down in the 9th position. Speaking of Conover being in that 9th spot, Aaron is also up 10 spots since the beginning of the race. So a good afternoon for the number 20 as he goes off course in the corkscrew. That's a bit of a shortcut. He's going to have to back her down just a hair to get away with that one. Well, back up front, Mark Thomas setting sail. He's got 5 seconds advantage over the 99 of Robbie Milburn. Robbie has just kind of settled with the fact he may just end up second. He's going to have to continue to run these laps, keep things nice and smooth, and again, bring what the car will give you. Mike LaJoie back another 5 seconds in the 3rd spot. The number 29 machine still having a good day. He's running top 3, started 5th. Josh Battles, that gap is expanding as well. 3.4 seconds back to the number 11. And then another 5.6 seconds back to the 66 of Cody Harger. Thomas through turn 11 one more time, coming to 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go here, the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. Mark Thomas well in hand, 5.3 seconds the advantage over Robbie Milburn. 10.5 seconds back to 3rd place, Mike LaJoie. Josh Battles is 4th. Cody Harger 5th. Shane Wagner 6th. Brian Torch is 7th. Brennan Forsai is 8th. That is your lead lap cars, with just under 2 laps to go here from Laguna Seca. Distance back to the 99 is still growing, 6.6 seconds. Mark Thomas has got that thing set on kill. Milburn's still running decent lap times, but it's about a half second a lap off of Mark Thomas right now, and that adds up in a hurry. Crossing the line one more time around, Mark Thomas on the white flag lap here from WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. About another minute and 20, and he'll have this victory in hand, which he thought was lost after lap number 1. Number 50 Kodiak colors looking for a checkered flag. Working through turn number 3, headed into turn number 4. Mark Thomas has battled back, kept his composure. As some said in the stream chat at the halfway, it's a new race. It certainly was. Possibly a little controversy between himself and the 66 into the hairpin on the restart. I'll have to go back and take a look at it. That's a very slow part of the racetrack. Oh, a little slip though. The 50 almost gets in the sand, almost throws it away. Do that corkscrew one more time. Marcus through clean into turn 9, rainy curve. Right-hander, turn 10, one more corner, the slowest corner on the track. Mark Thomas will have a victory. Hard on the brakes, hard with the wheel to the left, off the corner, in the throttle. Looking for a checkered flag at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Mark Thomas wins it. Robbie Milburn is going to come home in the second spot. Mike LaJoy is going to finish third. Josh Battles fourth, and Cody Harger is fifth. No burnouts for Mark Thomas, just kind of loses it on the cool down lap. That is it. We're going to step aside, take a short break. We'll be back with our top three finishers after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. Race is over, folks. Mark Thomas is victorious. Early race struggles, brings it home with the win either way. Let's try to go down to our winner, Mark Thomas, pull him into the broadcast booth. Mark, it's Steve in HBR TV. Do you got a copy?
I do, Steve. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, sir. Mark, congratulations on the win. I thought all was lost there through the corkscrew on lap one. Tell us about that incident, and then I've got some questions about you in the 66.
Yeah, I don't know. I dropped it into the corkscrew. I took my usual line, and for some reason, I don't know what, maybe I was a bit too far over on the right or something, but it just spun round on me, and for the life of me, I couldn't save it. So it was just a case of then I've got to reset and start again, which I kind of did. I actually managed a decent next lap. The tyres come up a temp, and I just reset myself and just pushed on.
Well, you were certainly carving your way back through the field. I think you would have been back towards the front regardless of the halfway caution. So you definitely had the pace out there, but we did get a halfway caution, a competition caution. Everybody stops gets caught up, get some fresh tires on these things, and we do battle again. The next restart ensues, and some minor contact into the Andretti hairpin between yourself and the 66. Unable to tell. It was just incidental. It was not a hard hit, but it's certainly enough to bring the 66 around. Tell us about that going into turn number 2.
I went round the out. I was just gonna go round the outside. Cody, I think it's the 66. He had a move up the inside. I would have sworn blind I didn't hit him. Having a quick look at the replay, it looks like a little bit of net code come into play. But if that was down to me, if that was my fault, I apologise to Cody now. I don't race that way. I try my hardest not to race that way. I left him room on the inside. I literally couldn't. There was nothing else I could have done. So if it was down to me, if I did actually hit him, then all I can do is apologise.
Mark, settle down. You're not on trial here. We're just asking questions.
No, I know. But the fact if I've hit somebody and taken them out of the race, that bothers me more than anything else, because I can't stand racing that way. It irks me. It really does irk me, because it's just lack of talent or lack of skill.
Well, Mark,
do you know if that makes sense?
Absolutely. I mean? It makes perfect sense. And I've watched you race enough to know you're a clean racer. You're not going to full on dump a guy. Sometimes contact happens, especially in the Andretti hairpin, especially on a restart. If it happened, if it was netcode, who knows? But either way, it is what it is. That's racing sometimes. Close quarters, high speed. You're battling for position. It's going to happen. But yeah. Mark, again, congratulations, man. It was great to watch you carve up the field here, regardless of how you had to do it. And you're here with a victory, so congratulations.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. Congrats to all the other guys, because a lot of them are not road guys, and this is not an easy road to get around.
Well, I say it a lot in the road series that I run in, and a lot of guys go, man, how are you so much faster? It's like, well, first of all, there's plenty of guys that are light years faster than me. But in the same token, you got to run the lap. You got to do it repetitive over and over and over. And you got to say, okay, well, I'm kind of quick in this corner, but man, am I slow in this corner? So you start working on that next corner. It takes time and it takes practice. And I'm seeing it even with this league specifically. You guys don't run a ton of road courses, but in the modifieds, you guys ran Lime Rock. That was something, but I've seen improvement out of these guys. It's not just one or two of you that are running decent lap times. So that's definitely promising to see for the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Robbie, Mike, Cody, they're all Cody was the quickest in practice. He put an absolutely blistering lap down. I couldn't get anywhere near it. So, I mean, there are some guys in this league who are, they say that they don't like road, but some of them are chuffing quick, if you'll pardon the terminology.
Give any of these guys enough time, they'll catch on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Mark, again, congratulations on the victory. Before we let you get out of here, anybody you need to thank?
I'd like to thank all of the sponsors for the league, Bad Session Motorsport, Simplicity. I'd also like to thank the league for actually putting road courses in stuff like this, because there's not many leagues that will actually have a go at a road course, and the fact that they're willing to give it a go and, let somebody like me who does do road courses still run in this league and try and not improve, but just to have a little bit of a go is a massive thing. So all my thanks to the league and for you for putting on the show that you put on. Once again, one of the guys had you on in the background. I could hear you. It was amazing.
Well, again, I gotta say that is something that OG, I gotta give him a pat on the back for it too, because adding this road course, discipline, I guess you could say, to a bunch of guys that run oval constantly. Well, if you always do something that you're comfortable with, you're never going to get any better. You do something that's hard, it gives you an opportunity to learn. And as I said earlier, these guys are certainly doing that. So that's cool to see.
Yeah. So we couldn't agree with you more.
All right, Mark. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations once again, and good luck at the next one, man. We'll see you.
Thank you, Steve. Pleasure talking with you as always.
That's Mark Thomas, your winner here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Let's go to Robbie Milburn next, our runner-up. Robbie, it's Steve in the broadcast booth at HBR TV. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Robbie, man, you look pretty stout out there tonight. I know you're probably not really a road racing type guy, but You were up there in practice, you qualified decent, and you finish runner up here after leading some laps. Tell us about your afternoon.
Yeah, I'm actually really pleased with that because I probably ran a handful of road courses in IndyCar period. But I will say, leading up to this, me and a couple other guys, we put a lot of time into this because I felt like as long as I could stay smooth, keep it on the track, I'd probably have a decent finish. And that's the name of the game, these things.
It really is the name of the game many times, not just in OG or really anywhere, but you got a road course race. You've got varying experience levels across the board. Run all the laps, keep it out of the dirt, out of the grass. You'll probably have a good finish. And in this case, you almost got to win.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I believe I led the most laps tonight, and I think I did it at Daytona too. It's gonna be nice when I can finally get one of these things just close to the deal. You know what I mean?
Now, did you run Lime Rock in the modified?
No, the only asphalt series I run period is this. This is my first ever asphalt series. I'm all dirt before this.
I seem to remember that we did talk about that. Well, Robbie, this is impressive. Nice run for sure. Keep it up, man. Looking forward to seeing more of this. Before we let you get out of here, does anybody need to thank?
Yeah, Premier Racing Setups. Check them out for any setup need. Gold Nugget Nutrition. Jacked Racing on YouTube. Jacked Racing is a really cool deal. He has a YouTube channel. He just bought a pro truck. He runs in New Smyrna, and it's really cool seeing him build his team. So if anyone's interested, check that out. And that's it for me, and I appreciate you for broadcasting.
Before we let you go, actually, Robbie, tell me more about Premier Setups. Where would I find them? Are they online? Was their website? What's the best place to get set up with them?
Yeah, you can go to premierracingsetups.com. They have setups for literally any car in the game. And they come in, they're very reasonably priced. I think it's like $10 a set. Yeah, I definitely check them out because they have anything from off-road trucks to ARCA, cup cars, next gen, you name it, they got it.
Robbie Milburn, the real deal with his own coupon code. That's pretty cool, man. Thanks for telling us about it.
Yeah, appreciate it. And again, I appreciate you broadcasting.
Thanks for chatting with us, Robbie. Your second place finisher, Robbie Milburn. We're going to go to Mike LaJoy next. Mike LaJoy coming home in the third spot here at Laguna Seca. Mike, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Steve, I got you.
Mike, I don't know if you're a road racing guy or not. It seems like many of the guys out here are not, but you brought it home top 3. Tell us your stance on road racing.
I am not a road racing guy. I've tried to jump into that world a little bit. I think I got up to like a C license trying to get into GT3s a little bit, but I wasn't very good. So of all the road courses, Laguna Seca is probably the only one where I know all the turns off the top of my head. So if I was going to have a chance anywhere, it was here. But in these cars, I was kind of lost. So to be on the podium, I'm thrilled with that.
Yeah, as I say, if you're kind of lost and you finish top 3, congratulations for that, for certain. Tell us about how the race progressed for you. Was it the tires really a handful once you got near that competition caution? Were they really in need, or was it just, well, they're pitting, I'm pitting?
I have such little experience with stock cars on road courses that I don't know if it was just me losing focus or losing my rhythm, or if it was the tires, to be honest. I kind of just figured there must be tire wear, so I was going to pit there regardless of who came in. And then coming out of the halfway caution, there was a little bit of mayhem and going into the first couple turns there. So after that, I was kind of just trying to keep it smooth, keep it on the track, and stay in the position I was in. So
certainly interesting with the stock car style Goodyear Racing Eagles, or even the Hoosiers for that matter. It seems to be the first 2 or 3 laps are the best they're going to be for that whole entire run. Whereas you get into, like you talked about, a GT3 car, you run those things for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then all of a sudden car gets light on fuel and it's faster than it was 45 minutes ago. It's just a total opposite mindset, and it's just how you got to drive these things. But it makes it fun, it makes it challenging. It was really fun to watch. I kind of like not having yellow flag except for that competition caution, so that was fun to watch. You put on a good show, guys. Mike, you especially, bringing it home third, not being a road guy. Impressive, man. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Before we let you go, anybody you got to thank?
Just the usual shout out to the league. I love racing with these guys.
Nice and easy. Mike LaJoy, your second place finisher, the number 29 machine, brings it home in a top 3. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, that wraps up our top 3 interviews, the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series from WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. Let's go through our race results. Of course, Mark Thomas brings it home with the win. Robbie Milburn is the second place finisher with Mud Mule Motorsports. Again, Robbie's a dirt guy. This is the only asphalt series he runs. He's coming right along. There's some truth into that. Dirt experience can help you in these cars and different series, and it even paid off here in the road courses. So that was very interesting to see, and we'll be curious to see how Robbie can move forward in the league in the coming races. Mike LaJoy finishes third. We just talked to Mike. Not a road racer, but again, a top 3 for the 29, so good run for him. Josh Battles showed some power and some promise in the road courses in practice and really stayed up here in the top 5 most of the afternoon, finishes 4th. Cody Harger, the 66, jumps the initial start, gets the black flag. It does end up getting caught back up at the competition caution, and unfortunately gets a little bit of a help into the Andretti hairpin and spins around. Again, we talked to Mark Thomas about that. Did not appear to be intentional. He certainly made his apologies known. Mark just doesn't race that way, but again, late in a race, less than 10 laps to go on a restart into the hairpin in a road course. Sometimes it's just unavoidable, but Cody Harger finishes 5th. Shane Wagner, number 26, Mountain Dew entry. Shane had a good run. Again, Shane was pretty quick in practice as well. Had some struggles out here during the race, but brings it home lead lap, just shy of a top 5. Shane Wagner finishes 6th. Brennan Forsai, the number 28 machine, he's out of Canada. He finishes in the 7th spot. Also on the lead lap, Brian Torsha finishes 8th in that machine, the number 2 with D. Dixon and Sons Trucking with OG Racing. Last car on the lead lap, finishes 8th. Aaron Conover finishes 9th, 1 lap down. Aaron had a strong run. I think he moved up 10 spots on the afternoon. A strong finish for the number 20. 10th was Jason Satterfield, the number 39. 11th was Bill Voracek. 12th, Ronaldo McKinnon had a tough afternoon with Southern LED Automotive Specialists. We saw Ronaldo in some incidents multiple times throughout the afternoon. We talked about that. I think it was with Mike LaJoy. Just run all the laps and you'll have a good finish. Stay on track and you'll have a good finish. It's just something to look forward and to work on going forward for McKinnon. 13th was Joe Marks in the 4. Again, not indicative of the afternoon that Joe had. He was right up in the top 5 most of the afternoon. Not sure what caused that 13th place finish, being 8 laps down. Joe may have gotten into an incident out on track. 14th was Kevin Newborn, the number 51. Dale Legan was 15th. Ben Choate, 16th. Jamie Kerr, start and park, I believe, for Jamie Kerr, 24 laps down, finishes 17th with Black Acid Custom Racing Apparel. And I don't know if Tashro started the race or not, but he's listed as 18th. That is your race results. Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series from WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. And thank you everyone for watching. I know road racing is not everyone's thing. Definitely my thing. I'll admit it. I do like the ovals, but I'm just not that fast at them. So it's always a treat to get to cover one of these road course events for any league, not just OG. But it was a good race, 25 laps, plenty of action all the way around. That competition caution certainly added a different element to it. That was neat to see. I do the same thing in my road league. So glad to see that that's working out for everybody involved. Lastly, I want to thank everybody in the stream for chatting us up, even Don Harger, who likes to give me grief once in a while. But Facebook and YouTube, facebook.com/HollerBoysRacingTV. You can like, share, follow, subscribe. Please do that. It certainly helps get the stream and the OG Racing League in front of different eyeballs on a weekly basis. You can also find us at YouTube, Holler Boys Racing TV as well. That's going to wrap it up. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. Thank you so much again for watching. Catch us again Saturday for the My Cricket Makes Truck Series, 7:45 Eastern Time here on HBR TV. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.